before I give you some tips, practical tips on how we can integrate strategies in the new normal, in the online environment, first let's try to think about why do we do these things? Bakit nga ba natin ito ginagawa? So as presentation outline, first I would like to give you first a glimpse of two terms, okay, which is very related to values education. We will be discussing about ethics and morals, after which I will be facilitating you, guiding you to have a glimpse on the basics of curriculum, which I believe you all know because you're teachers. We just have a little review what curriculum development is. After that, let's talk about values education as a subject, bilang isang asignatura, bilang isang konsepto, bilang isang advokasya, at bilang isang kinakailangang konsepto na mailagay sa ating curricula sa mga panahon ito. After that, we'll be talking about why do we really need to integrate values education in the curriculum. As I've said earlier, we have to ask the question, why are we really doing these things? For what purpose? Compliance or going beyond the compliance? And then practical tips on integrating values education in the curriculum. All right, so please do not hesitate to give your reactions, or if you like to talk, I'll give you the opportunity to, of course, share insights as well. So let's make it as much as possible collaborative in nature. All right, Sir Joseph gave me 2 hours to discuss this concept. And he said we'll have break. Sir Joseph, will it be okay if the break would be a working break? Like
I think po that would be fine to our teachers.
All right. So anyway, the cameras are off as usual. This is one of the dilemma in an online session. But you can sip your cup of coffee. So you can eat whatever you want. You can multitask as long as you are with me by spirit and of course listening to the discussion that we will be doing. Okay, first things first. What do we mean when I say ethics? And what do we mean when I say morals? This is just a review. When we say ethics, friends, this has something to do with a set of prescribed rules or standards or norms which are expected for a particular group to perform. Right? So in other words, this is when we say ethics, these are actually prescribed. An example of this is the code of ethics for professional teachers. Why do we have to behave in a way that teachers are expected to behave? It's because the society expects us to behave in a way that they believe is proper and fitting for teachers. So that's ethics. It is also called moral philosophy because it is concerned with thinking what is good, what is bad, what is morally right, and what is morally wrong. So when we say ethics, keywords, set of prescribed rules. Second, when you say morals refer to it's more subjective in nature. It's actually your belief in anything that you are holding on to. Okay? Ethics is actually dictated by a group of people, but morals does not actually refer to some set of ideas which are expected to behave and perform. Rather, it's more on subjective. It's more on the voice within you telling you what to do, telling you whether this certain act is good or bad, right? So for us to understand further what ethics and morals are, I have prepared 3 questions. Where do these 2 words come from? Why do we need to do them? And the last question is ethics flexible? Is morals flexible? Well, let's try to find out. First, when we say, where do ethics come from? As I've said in the first slide, it's actually external. It's the environment that dictates how we should behave as individuals, how should we act as teachers, etc., etc. So external pressure is around us. On the other hand, as I've said earlier, because I said morals has something to do with, it's very subjective, then it's more on the internal part of it. Second question, why do we need to behave properly? Why do we need to exercise ethical actions? It's because our external environment, the society in general, expects us to behave according to how we should behave as professionals. Right? On the other hand, we are going to behave according to what we believe in because we believe that it is really the proper way to behave. Right? It's not actually the environment pressure, but it's a conviction. It's an innate conviction. It's an innate desire to behave according to how we believe we should behave. Okay. Third, is ethics flexible? I would say it is not. Ethics is not flexible because it is a prescribed set of behavior. So when a certain law, for example, tells us teachers should not engage in any relationship with their students outside the professional realm, we have to abide by that because that is what the Code of Ethics tells us. So it's not flexible. Morals, on the other hand, changes, depends on the situation. So it's not, or it's sometimes, I should say, it's the other way around. It's the other way around. Morals, on the other hand, is also usually consistent if it is a conviction from you. Okay, paninindigan mo na ito yung dapat mong gawin kasi ito yung paniniwala mo. But in a way, ethics can be flexible if the set of a group of people having this set of ethics do not have the same beliefs with another set of professionals. Like the Code of Ethics for teachers, all the provisions there might not be the same with the Code of Ethics for professional doctors, for lawyers, for architects, for engineers. But then again, it is not flexible for a particular group of person. But comparing it with other professionals, it could be flexible. But for morals, okay, it depends again on our own conviction, but usually it is firm in nature. Now, why am I introducing to ethics and morals? Because, okay, I'll just jump into some things that we'll be discussing in the next succeeding minutes. I was looking at your individual learning plans, which was actually sent by Sir Joseph, and I saw that you have placed values integration concepts, which are very generic in nature. I was looking for some examples on ethical behavior, on moral beliefs, but later I'll try to show what I mean. So it's important that when we speak of values education, it's not only the subject, but some terms should also be considered in deciding what to put in our ILPs. Okay, so that's ethics and morals.